Welcome to the Mikage Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of game emulation and development. Today, we're going to unravel the build process for the Mikage Developer Edition, an exciting project for enthusiasts looking to run 3DS games in an emulated environment. Let's start with the basics. To get Mikage up and running, you'll need to have CMake and Conan version 2 installed. Have you ever had to compile software from the ground up? It can be a little daunting, but once you get the hang of it, there's something satisfying about watching your code come to life. Here's how the initial setup works. First, create a directory for your build process. You'll do this with a couple of simple commands. Just punch in mkdir build and then navigate into that directory with cd build. From there, it's all about Conan. You'll run conan install -of nash build equals missing. Just a little note here. If you want to build in debug mode, you can add -s build typos debug. Then it's time for the magic of CMake. You'll run cmake-dcmake build type equal release gninja -dcmake prefix path equals real path. Sounds like a mouthful, right? But it's pretty straightforward once you get used to the command line. And then, just like that, we're ready for the final build step with Ninja. Now, the adventure doesn't end there. Some dependencies for Mikage may already be available through your system packages, which can simplify the process. You'll want to tweak your Conan profile by adding certain platform requirements, such as Boost and SDL, to make sure everything runs smoothly. Once you've handled the build, setting up Mikage for your first launch requires 3 key components. You need a complete askeys.txt file in the build folder, a virtual NAND created from a game update partition, and you must complete the initial 3DS system setup. It might feel like a mini saga, but once you've got those in place, you're almost there. To get things going, you'll run a series of commands to bootstrap the NAND and launch the menu. If you've played around with emulators before, this will feel quite familiar, but here's a little caution. Right now, you'll likely need a game from the EU region for everything to work correctly. So once everything's set up, running the game is as easy as executing stos/source mikage-game.cci /source/launch menu. And remember, each time you need to source the conanrun.h script to get your library directory set up properly. It's all about getting those details right. Now let's talk controls. It's important to know your key bindings to get the full gaming experience. For instance, if you're navigating menus, the arrow keys will get you around. The WASD keys act as your circle pad, which is super handy. And don't forget, the backspace key serves as your home button. Just a quick tap and you're back on track. If you run into issues, debugging is an option. You can attach an embedded GDB remote server to troubleshoot processes. It's a powerful tool, but I'd recommend having a GDB build that targets ARM to make sure everything runs smoothly. As we wrap up, I hope this rundown on setting up the Mikage Developer Edition got your gears turning. Whether you're an experienced developer or a newcomer to game emulation, understanding this build process is key to enjoying your gaming experiences. Before we sign off, here's something to ponder. What does the future hold for game emulation, especially as technology continues to evolve? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and happy gaming.